Monday, the 16th of April. Meditation. It's an interesting state of affairs that we find ourselves in, looking at the appearance of what's unfolding in the earth. The scriptures talk about, everyone's going to say peace and safety and so on and so forth, and sudden destruction will come upon them. And some biblical scholars can say, well, yeah, but that was fulfilled back, right after the time of Christ. And I would say that's true, but I also believe that we're facing something during this time that has the appearance as though everything is just fine. Everything is working out, and it's all going to be just fine. And it couldn't be further from the truth. For what the Spirit's been speaking lately has been about illusion. And I know that we spent a fair amount of the book delving into illusion because it deals with our paradigm, how we see reality, the conditioning of our mind, the conditioning of how we have viewed things, so that we see through a filter, and that the Lord has been progressively delivering His saints and His sons from the filter that has literally been upon this age of mankind by virtue of the satanic spirit realm that has been in control up until now, and the God of this present age. Everyone has been under that manipulation, whether they've accepted that truth or not. But nevertheless, what it has done on a very minimal scale has been to slant the ability to see the truth and to really know. And consequently, illusion is very interesting because we still have a certain concept of seeing that we've got to get rid of. We look with our eyes and we believe that is what we're seeing because that's how we have functioned. So you see something, and so therefore you give it reality, and you say, that is what I see. Now, it may not be something as physical as an object. It may be a perception that you have. And so in that perception, you've given it reality. But nevertheless, we're dealing with a very elusive timeline right now. How does it go in the scriptures? They will call evil good, good evil, and they'll put to death the prophets, thinking that I'm really loosely paraphrasing this, but thinking they're doing God a favor. And I don't believe that is something that's blatant. I don't believe that what we see unfolding is blatant. I believe that people will move really believing that they are doing the will of God because the deception is so thick. And they just do not see it. They do not understand it. We're navigating through a realm of illusion right now, and it's like going through muddy waters, going through quicksand as you drag your feet through, because all of the stimuli, everything that you hear, you see, you read, is constantly trying to input into you a certain belief system or recognition of what is reality, what is truth, and it is not. We know that in its most simplest form, the truth is every word that has proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord. That's the bottom line. But you could even say, well, what does that specifically mean? Let's walk that one out. But so what we're addressing here is this whole realm of illusion, and not giving in to what you see, to what you feel, to what your emotions dictate, but rather holding back because there's a deeper picture that we're not seeing. It's like a word that came many months ago. The Lord began to speak about the Word, and He said the Word was brought forth for His sons. But we're only seeing part of it because in between every line, there's another line. It's like you can see certain sentences, but there are sentences that in between the sentences that you don't see. And it's only through perception, through the renewing of the mind that the sons are brought into, that they're really able to see the fullness of the Word and what's being conveyed. Otherwise, we've only had a partial, even the Word that we know, is a partial. We read it, we perceive it on a certain level, but we're not seeing it. We're not hearing the complete overview of what the Spirit is bringing. And so, once again, the realm of illusion is something that's been at the forefront of our thoughts because of what's being projected out there, in especially within the government, the economic, political circles. You could say, well, the Eurozone is having some difficulties, but they seem to be pulling out because that's what the media says. And the U.S., they're doing fine. But the truth is, all of it is like a rat who has eaten some poison, and the rat has been destroyed from the inside, and there's nothing left. All you see is the shell, and you think, well, that's the rat. But at any moment, it's all going to implode, and you realize there was nothing there. It's been destroyed from within. And that is the case with what we see going on in the world, within the powers, within the U.S. economic and financial picture right now, as well as in the world as a whole. It goes back to the vision of Daniel, the image cut out of the mountain. That is a reality, and that is happening. But once again, there's an illusion that's trying to be projected, trying to get a mainstream acceptance to almost give credence or give weight to something that is not. And I'm just here to declare that, God is bringing down this whole level of illusion. And no matter what picture the enemy would try and portray through the medium, it's not going to take. What God has begun to bring forth is going to be completed now.